You've done all the hard work, and now it's time to write or accept a purchase agreement. How does that look? How does it work? Let's go ahead and watch our agents take their clients through the process.
All right, so we have your purchase agreement ready for the house. Now, all I need you to do is sign right there.
Fantastic.
And that's it.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to get this over to the seller's broker.
Okay.
And do you have any questions before I turn in this offer to them?
I don't think so. Anxious to hear what they say.
Well, I can't blame you, but remember, there's only really 3 things they can say. They can either accept the offer, reject the offer, or counter the offer.
All right, well, let's get it over.
All right, I'll get right on it.
Okay, now that we've gone over this purchase agreement, what would you like to do?
I think the offer is low, so I would like to counteroffer for $5,000 more.
All right, we can certainly do that. Now, understand, before we get into that when you counter this offer, what that legally does is it rejects this offer. So this offer is no longer in play, and your counter offer becomes the new offer in play. Now, when you make this counter offer, the buyer could either accept it, reject it, or believe it or not, they could even counter it once again.
Okay. If they reject it, can I then fall back on this one and sign this?
Well, that's the thing I really want you to understand, because once you reject this offer, I mean, literally, this offer is now off the table. It's done. And the only offer that's in play now would be your counter offer. So no, you couldn't go back and say, okay, since you reject this counter offer, I want to accept your old offer. There is no old offer. You've rejected it, it's done.
Okay, I get it. I still think I'd like to counteroffer for $5,000.
Good choice. All right, let's get started on this.
Okay, well, the seller did counter back. She
right.
is asking for more money, $5,000 more, but it's still a really good price for the property, and it's still within your price range. So what would you like to do?
I agree. I think that it's a good deal, and I'd like to move forward with that.
Okay, well, what I need you to do is sign the counteroffer.
All right.
Show that you are accepting it.
Very good. Is that it?
One last thing, I have to contact the seller's broker. Let them know we're accepting the offer.
Okay.
This is a neat and tidy offer, rejection, counteroffer, and sometimes that happens in the real estate world. Other times, it's much more complicated, and those offers can go back and forth multiple times, and you could have to negotiate closing dates, and you could have to negotiate personal property items, lots of other things. But in the end, the thing you got to remember about a purchase agreement is there has to be a meeting of the minds. The seller has to understand what they're selling, and the buyer has to understand what they're buying, and they have to agree to all terms within the contract. And then finally, and not any less important than the rest of it, there has to be a conveyance of the final acceptance. You saw in the video, the agent said, I gotta let them know we accepted the offer. Make sure you don't forget that step. In order for there to be a binding agreement, there has to be acceptance and conveyance of that acceptance. In one form or another, they have to know you've accepted the offer for it to be valid.